The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Those are the opening words of Psalm 27. And they're pretty bold words, aren't they? The words are confident, almost triumphant. Psalm 27 is one that I've been reflecting on for a few days, and like Psalm 23, that I posted a reflection on the other day, it was written when King David, the King of Israel, was facing really difficult times. Now, King David faced all kinds of difficulties in his lifetime. Before he became king, he was a lowly shepherd boy, and he would have to look after his sheep against wild animals like lions and bears, and maybe even thieves and bandits. He faced the giant Goliath, using only a slingshot, and killed him when the warriors of King Saul were too afraid to go out and face the giant. And later on, poor David faced persecution at the hands of King Saul, who feared his popularity. And that went on for many, many years until Saul was killed in a battle and David became king. Though war rise up against me, yet I will be confident, he writes. So does this confidence just come from being a great warrior or having a powerful army? Well, maybe it does a little bit in part. But King David's confidence came from knowing that he had God by his side. David had very strong faith. He loved God, and he knew in his heart that God would never abandon him, even in times of trouble and great danger. For he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble. He will conceal me under the cover of his tent. He will set me on a high rock. And I guess, like David, we all face armies of foes from time to time. Now, they may not be armies who want to devour our flesh like the psalm says, but I guess it can feel like that sometimes. Maybe it's foes in the shape of bullies at school, problems at home with brothers and sisters, or maybe even parents. Maybe it's anxiety or depression, or perhaps it's worries about the problems in the world and all the stuff that's going on around us, like the coronavirus and the environment and all these things that feel like they're going to overwhelm us. Perhaps you feel, as a Christian, that you shouldn't feel worried, but you still do. The Bible often refers to times of tribulation as darkness, and I guess that's right. Imagine if you walk into a room that you don't know, and it's in total darkness. Now, you're going to feel pretty frightened and apprehensive, aren't you? I know I would. But if you turn the light on, you suddenly don't feel quite so afraid. Yes, you might feel nervous, but that's not the same as fear. God is like turning on the light in the darkness. Now, I'm sure King David felt nervous when he was faced with armies and foes, but his deep inner confidence that kept him going was built upon his trust in God. He trusted that God would never turn his back or run away. Coming to know and taking refuge in God helps put fear aside. I've had to lean on God a lot these past few years, as I've faced all kinds of problems and different challenges that have been totally out of my comfort zone. And yes, I've felt really, really nervous. But knowing that God's there has stopped me ever feeling real fear. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When God is for us, who can possibly be against us? Thank you.